What's up, everybody? Sooner Nation. We are here waiting out a weather delay that's going on at Hall of Fame Stadium that'll pick back up at 9:52 tonight with OSU trailing uh, Florida State in that game. But we are still uh, high off that Sooner win today and going to break down a little highlights from the game today. So we're going to roll this tape and just give our gut reactions on this game. Just a great win for the Sooners. Big first win with pressure on. So let's roll the tape, guys. Give your reactions.
Yeah, well, just like they talked about at the beginning of the game, third largest crowd ever for any Women's College World Series game, which is truly incredible. And guys, we have to start with Jordy Ball this game. Just a terrific performance overall. Dominated, and whether it was strikeouts, getting ahead in counts, which is what she's been best at. And let me pause it right here. You guys see that? Runners on second and third. And it was 1 out. I believe, Jeremy, it was 3 times, correct? We said that?
Yeah.
That Jordy Ball is in this exact situation. You talk about the ability to get out of it and make plays and have success in those high pressure situations, which is honestly a big key to why OU was able to not really give up any momentum nor have any momentum go against them.
Well, and Jackson, one more thing about not giving up the runs with runners on like that is with this game, the way it was going with the Stanford pitcher, Kennedy, I mean, scoring first and not allowing to run first, it was huge. I mean, you get down 1-0 or 2-0 to Stanford with Kennedy on the mound. I'm telling you, she was spinning it really well. So it was huge for Ball to get out of there.
Those 2 strikeouts there in that inning to start it off, we had the clear rise kind of on the outside part of the plate. Ball was actually hammering that area right there.
That pitch, yeah.
That pitch right there all game long. And actually, a lot of times those girls looked at that pitch and she didn't get that call, but they also chased after it. But then you're going to see right here on this next clip how she was able to mix it with the drop ball.
Yep. And that's what I'll go to. Jordy Ball, her success has always been in the rise ball game, right? With her ability to mix locations with the rise ball, whether that's up and into right-handers or out and away to left-handers. And with her ability to also have such an effective drop ball, that makes her even more difficult to hit. And we can all agree that she's one of the best pitchers in the country and debatably the best pitcher in the country overall. And next, I believe they will, show the Jada Coleman at bat.
What an at bat.
10 hits at bat.
How many pitches was it? Like
10.
No, I thought it was more than 10.
It was a 10
It was a 10 pitch at bat.
10? Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, the first 2 innings, Kennedy threw 52 pitches, guys. I mean, that's a great at bat. I mean, that is such a great at bat to lead off the game with.
Was it first 2 or first 3? I thought it was
first 2. It was 52.
Hey,
I know for a fact.
And guys, the biggest hit of the game was Jada Coleman's other hit, but I'm not sure she gets that hit without this at bat. This at bat and able to battle 10 pitches in, 2 strikes, just fought him off, because that hit that we'll see later here in a few minutes was also a 2-strike at bat, where she was able to go the opposite way. This one, she kind of reached out and just popped it up the middle. Jada Coleman is so good about not trying to pull the ball. She goes with what the pitcher gives her, and that's why she's had success on 2 strikes. That's what you have to do.
Mm-hmm. That's true. And you talk about the ability to be such an elite 2-strike hitter is really important, especially in softball, whether it's softball, like baseball. Really, if you are able to succeed in these high-pressure situations like OU has done over and over and over again, you saw it this year. They were faced with some really high-pressure situations early in the game, whether that was 2 runners on, whether that was having no success at the plate. And, guys, I don't think I can give enough praise to Najari Kennedy for the job she did today. I mean,
you're going to see it in this video. You're going to see it in this video. Haley Lee sits a little bit on top of the plate with her hands. I know that one that hit the bat that would have been a ball 4, but she was really, and this is a big play here, that great throw by the catcher. The catcher has a cannon. Mm-hmm. Hey, but Haley Lee, they kept throwing the rise ball up in the zone, and making her chase it, and she was chasing it. Just like I know Gasso said after the game, guys, that she felt like OU was overswinging a little bit. The only one you wouldn't say did maybe was Jada Coleman, and she got the 2 hits, but Gasso did feel like they were overswinging a bit on chasing that rise ball.
I don't think Riley Boone overswung at all. I mean, Riley Boone.
No, Riley played, yeah.
Yeah, Riley Boone, and you talk about her just really her effectiveness to be such a great slap hitter, and with her ability to also put the ball on the ground with bunts really kind of makes her effective, in which she could honestly, if OU didn't have Jada Coleman, she'd be OU's leadoff hitter. I mean, you basically have a leadoff hitter on the 9-hole spot. That's what Riley Boone is. She has so many different ways that she can get on base.
Kennedy, I mean, that pitch right there on the inside part of the plate, 70 miles an hour? That's
73. And
73.
I believe she threw a couple that were 75 miles an hour, which is equivalent. I don't remember sure, but it's over 100 miles an hour in the MLB, which is absolutely insane. You talk about just these pitches.
It's the movement too, guys. It's the
I
movement
know.
on
She had
the pitch.
a lot of movement on her pitches.
That ball's coming into Hanson here. It's just tying her up on the handle. Jam sandwich. I mean.
And guys, here it is.
Is this the 4th inning now? There are 2 runners on.
Mm-hmm. 2 runners on again. Jordy Ball uses that off-speed drop ball at such an effective rate.
And once again, guys, that's a full count.
Yep.
She had 6 full counts today, and they were 0 for 6 on full counts. That's incredible of Jordy Ball to get out of those and not walk them and not allow a hit. I mean, it's just great job by Ball. Pressure situations.
Braden, what stood out to you mainly about Ball that was maybe different than usual? Anything?
No, just she's pitching well.
Well, and also,
like Jay said, though, I think the control was huge.
Yeah, it was huge.
That's what I was going to say. And also, Jordy Ball looked controlled within herself, which we all said she loves to get amped up for the moment, but she really didn't look too amped today. She was kind of emotional on some calls with the umpire, but she was not having the best day on the outside part of the plate with calls. But just like Jordy Ball's ability, just like Jeremy said, with the control, that's so key and effective. And
I actually questioned, and I wouldn't say question, but I was actually a little bit surprised Jordy Ball got the nod today. I thought it was going to be Mayo Storako to start the series. But, man, what a decision, because I'm not sure if the Sooners would have given up runs early, that they would have been able to mount a comeback against Kennedy.
She had to go with Ball. Ball is their best pitcher right now.
Yeah.
And with Kennedy going, Kennedy's obviously, I mean, she's one of the best pitchers in the country. So you had to go with your ace, I think.
With Kennedy, though, I think she needs to transfer.
Who?
Kennedy.
Yeah, she needs to transfer to Oklahoma.
Why did they yank her after she gave
her and Maya Brady both, right, Jeremy?
Hey,
her and Maya Brady
Brody, are you saying why they yanked her after she allowed the 2 runs?
She was exhausted, I think.
I think they knew the game was over.
Yeah, it didn't matter. The game was over.
Still.
I mean, they didn't have the bats, guys, against Jordy.
Plus, they're going to throw her against Montana Fouts, I promise you.
Yeah, I think she'll be that. What a matchup that's
a pitching duel. This
was a pitching duel.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I believe Kennedy is the first pitcher to ever strike out Coleman and Jennings in the same inning.
Yes.
I think that's what they said on the broadcast.
Yeah.
That's impressive. And isn't she a freshman too? Did I hear that?
Freshman of the year.
Yeah.
Freshman.
And it's just like whenever we were previewing kind of the College Football World Series, I brought it up that she was freshman of the year, led the nation in ERA, and man, she was all the hype. She lived up.
Look at the box score right there in the upper left-hand corner. Pause it. Heading to I think this is the bottom of the 4th, 1 hit for the Sooners. When it was the last time the Sooners had 1 hit through 3 innings?
It's been a while.
I would think
it continued. We're going to see her moving in. It's going to continue. That was just a great drop. That was a great off speed.
That was nasty.
I think I called that pitch before it happened, didn't I, Jackson? That was the one I said off speed's coming.
Yep, you did.
Because hey, just a second, pause it.
This is weird. It went back. I'm not sure why.
Hey,
yeah.
If you remember, Jackson, right before Jordy Ball threw that off speed pitch, she threw a rise ball, a
Mm.
great rise ball, and the girl barely nicked it, and Hansen dropped it. Pretty sure it was that at bat. And that's when I said something like, and sometimes those come back to haunt you, but I expected to see an off-speed pitch, and that's what Ball goes with to get that huge strikeout with 2 on in the top of the 4th.
That's for sure.
Kenzie Hansen, great behind the plate. Just a great pickup and throw here. She didn't have a whole lot of time. She made it look easy like she always does.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is back in the 3rd now. Yeah.
Twice. Tiara Jennings struck out
Man,
twice.
Kennedy's stuff is. You know what? You know what? She kind of reminded me of her stuff. I in a baseball term. I don't. Do y'all know Mariano Rivera at all?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
Jay's a Hall of
Rivera.
Famer.
Mariano Rivera would throw a fastball, and it just moved like. I mean, the guy.
It's nasty.
That high velocity, and there's movement. There's not much you can do, and that's what Kennedy. I know it's different softball terms, but she had velocity at 70 to 75 miles an hour, and the ball's moving. It's very hard, and I think the announcer said this a few times, to get the barrel of the bat on the ball. You may hit it, but to barrel it is tough.
No, and
And I guess the fact of the matter is that if you gave Oklahoma trouble hitting the ball all day, then you will give any team.
Even Burrito's hit that she hit to the fence, she didn't get it all. She didn't barrel it. And the other thing is, the only one I would say that was just smoked all day was the 2-run single by Coleman. Just went with the pitch and just laced it to left field. Everything else was not barreled up. And even this one we just saw in the highlights here of Jennings going after it, halfway to the plate, guys, that ball looks like it's going to be chest high. And it's just so much movement. So
well, and another thing though, even the ones that Stanford hit against Ball were little dinkers and stuff. They didn't barrel much up.
No, they didn't barrel any up either. This is Haley Lee. This is the one where I think she would have walked.
No, that was Sydney Sanders.
No, that was.
But that one, even that pitch had a little tilling away at the end. I mean, she has great stuff, guys.
And that was 69 miles an hour.
I mean, you watch this at the end. It just kind of tails to. I mean, she's.
There
That's
was
the one I'm talking about.
I thought Brito got all of it.
I thought Brito got that too.
I know.
Yeah.
I think she was slightly out in front of it.
Yeah, she was just a little bit out in front.
And guys, they had huge momentum here. OU still 1 hit.
Mm-hmm.
Man, she snow coned it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Look at that.
it was an
Great
impressive play.
The other play she made later on was not quite impressive, though.
What?
No.
That same
know.
left fielder.
Yeah.
We'll see that here soon.
Yeah.
That was the time that, ball started going low.
There's 2 on base again, the 3rd time.
2 on base, 1 out. Jordy Ball rolling.
She's cooking.
Here's where I thought things were really going to get started for OU, which you'll see in a minute that they kind of did.
Yeah, and that was huge right there. Torres, right?
And
Yeah,
they're able to put in Avery Hodge, and there's Riley Boone with the slap hit.
This one was massive.
And that one was hit pretty good there.
That was.
And now you've got Coleman up with 2 away. Like that. This is who you want up.
0-2.
And
Hey guys,
left
we said this
fielder.
earlier, but if Torres is on second, the left fielder makes that play.
Yeah.
You think she rushed it?
Yeah.
If they show a replay of this, I don't know if they'll show the highlight of the slow-mo. She's looking up because she sees Hodge coming around third. She knows she has a chance, and I played left field. Okay, and I could tell when I had a chance to throw someone out. This girl thought she was going to have a chance to throw her out. Watch this.
Yeah, she.
Here's the view. Here's the one. So, look, she's getting the ball when she's not even to third base, guys.
And here it is, Jordy Ball just dicing them up at the end of the game to end one heck of a day.
Man, she's
know.
just rolling so
There
good.
was a rise ball right there, a drop ball.
And
That's
right
unhittable.
45 miles an hour compared to 71 rise ball. That's speed difference.
That was on your knee.
Yeah.
On your knee.
Inside corner. That's
Inside corner knee. This is the 7th.
There's a rise ball.
Yeah, and that was it right there. But man, Jordy, the thing about Jordy Ball today is even when she missed, guys, it wasn't by much.
Yeah.
And so you knew she had her control. I mean, she was hitting her spots all day long. So
Oh yeah. And you talk about just like the really overall takeaway I have from Oklahoma today is that I guess no matter who you throw at them, even with how great they are, Oklahoma's going to find a way to win. And today they did that. It's like we've seen it. We saw it against Valerie Cagle right whenever we thought Oklahoma was down and out. Well, who is it that makes a big play? Kenzie Hansen in a 0-2 count. Today, it's Jada Coleman in an 0-2 count. I mean, that's been a thing that OU's had so much success with. And Jay, I know we've said it several times, just the ability to get on base with 2 strikes is really crucial.
well, and guys, I'm asking y'all a question, but is OU going to face a tougher pitcher in the rest of the World Series?
I don't see it.
No.
The only one would be Fouts.
What
And I don't
about
think
Florida?
she's like this.
Florida State, Sandercock?
OSU is getting people on base early against Sandercock.
They had no
Yeah.
hits.
Do you guys know if that
They
game
had base runners. They had 2 on in the second, 1 out.
Really? They
Yeah,
haven't
they
got a
had
hit.
2 on.
They haven't got a hit yet.
No.
I agree with that. But
I
what,
mean,
Jackson?
this girl leads the nation in ERAs. I mean, she's a stud candidate. So
Well, I was saying that I don't think you're going to face anyone that has the velocity that Kennedy had today, Stanford. And man, if I'm not sure, I would like to face Kennedy again in another game if you're Oklahoma, because that's just a girl that no matter how many times you play her, it's just so difficult to hit off someone with that much speed and movement.
well, and what's crazy is I'd have to go back and look at the stats, but somebody that has that much movement in their pitch and not very many walks.
Hey,
Did-
I'm going to point out.
Did
I
she walk
agree.
anybody?
No.
No.
None.
Hey, not that I remember. I'm going to point out something that I think is really a pretty big deal. And if we were to face them again, you're going to see something different. Riley Boone and Jada Coleman both bat from the left side of the plate. Hitters are 212 against her on the left side. They're .038 or something like that on the right side.
0.084.
0.4, okay? I think Jocelyn Erickson would be in the lineup again if we saw them again, but I don't think it's a coincidence that the lefties today were the ones that got the hits. Okay? You see it a little different on that side of the plate from coming out of her glove, so I don't know, and coming out of her hands. So maybe that's something we see as Erickson at the plate. And if you notice, we did pinch hit a lefty for Kenzie Hansen.
Yeah.
You guys remember that?
Quincy Lilio.
Yeah,
Quincy.
she pinch hit and she's a lefty. So I think that's something to keep an eye on against. And I don't know. I wouldn't know if Alabama's got a lot of lefties, but if they do, I'd be a little worried maybe more if I'm a Stanford fan. But
Hey, she did have 1 walk. She did walk 1. That was
okay.
pretty impressive. So, man. So Tennessee tomorrow. Just guys, we'll see. I mean,
Saturday.
Saturday. Sorry, one more
Saturday.
day. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. So
Well,
Saturday's got a lot of chances of rain too, guys.
Well, it'll be tomorrow whenever this video's uploaded, but Saturday from when we're filming it.
Hey, Jay. I mean, guys.
Yeah.
You know who's pitching for Bama?
Montana Fouts.
Montana Fouts. Yeah.
For sure.
they got a pitcher now. They're on an elimination.
Well, I don't know. Was it one of you guys that said something to the chat, or it may have been I saw on Twitter, but it's like Fouts' speeds now have dropped like 5 to 6 miles an hour when she hasn't been 100%. Like even when she's 90%, they're saying the max she can throw is like 70, and her top speed 73 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So it'll just be really if Alabama does win, and if they do have to face Oklahoma in a game to save their season, I would expect obviously they would throw Fouts, but it would just be at what capacity is she energized and ready to go? That would be a thing to watch. Yeah. And really, this Oklahoma State Florida State game, I know we don't talk about that, but with this weather delay, guys, it'll be interesting to see if Oklahoma State can maybe get a little bit of a rally going, come back late tonight. I don't know. Is that game officially resumed yet?
9:52 is supposed to start back up.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's been started for 15 minutes now. But, guys, No, I think that's all we
Thanks
have
for-
for tonight. All credit goes to NCAA for the highlights on this video. And if you haven't, check out searchsportsnetwork.com. Hunter did a post-game article on the softball video. Go follow all of our Twitters and our Instagrams, and go like, subscribe, and comment. We love interaction from you guys. It truly is great. And boys, I think that's all we have for tonight. Boomer.